It's really warm in here, like a good warm.
What up, Buckeye Nation? Welcome to the Buckeye Boys. Watching the Buckeyes live, man. Halftime now. Taking care of business. I see all y'all in the chat. Appreciate you guys for showing up. You know what we do on this channel. We kick it. We chill. We talk about Ohio State football. We talk about the Buckeyes. We have family around here. So if your family needs you to do something, you already know what it is. Need you to hit that like button. And listen, guys, Scoot family, we're 195 subscriptions away from 37,000 subscribers. That's it, right? You get like 100 subscribers per day. So realistically, we can make this thing happen today, tomorrow, something like that. So appreciate you guys for joining today. Buckeyes taking care of business right now against the Purdue Boilermakers, 24-3. I'll tell you guys something. I got some things like written down as far as things I would like to see be done better, but it's hard to do that when clearly the Buckeyes are treating this as a scrimmage, which is exactly what they're doing. So let's see here. Buckeyes, 182 passing yards. Julian saying 15 for 17. I mean, stupid ridiculous already. 78 rushing yards. Holding Purdue to 42 rushing yards with 67 passing yards, so 109 yards of offense. Defense came out a little bit sleepy, I would say, but turn it up a little bit. I am intrigued with this Penn State Indiana game right now because Penn State's got a shot here. Indiana not looking like the dominant team, and Penn State's offense is just very bad, right? And they're still able to be in this game. Oh, man. They're still able to be in this game somehow. So it's great to be a Buckeye, tearing it up. Jeremiah Smith, absolutely ridiculous. Cornell Tate felt a little tight during warm-ups, may have injured himself a little bit warm-ups. Don't need him. I mean, we're seeing a lot of people in the game we normally wouldn't. Gabe Van Sickle in at right guard. Ian Moore starting at right tackle today, doing a good job. Bryson Rogers getting a lot of run. Mylan Graham in the game had a drop, probably should have caught it. So Buckeyes are treating this as a scrimmage right now. If you haven't caught on to that, you saw our 2-minute drill. There you go, Penn State. Go, 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 go. I'm telling you. Penn State. I just want Penn State to humble these Indiana fans a little bit. They're going to do it. About had that thing. Sorry, let me turn my phone off. But like I said, getting a lot of playing time. Riley Pettyjohn's been in the game a lot. Saw Devin Sanchez in there as well. So Ryan Day, I mean, I'll just say what it is. It's a lion playing with their food at this point. We saw with the little 2-minute drill at the end, get that ball in there, Penn State. What was that? That this is a passing team that cannot be stopped. Nobody in the nation can stop our passing attack. And yes, when we get down in the red zone, I do get very frustrated with the play calling, but I am now 100% convinced that our red zone offense is not going to look like this in the playoffs. We're doing this because we can, right? We're doing this because we have an elite defense and an offense that we can play offense like this, and the score is still 24-3 at halftime. So again, nothing to write home about to mom. We're playing Purdue. We kind of knew, right, what was going on here. We did have a touchdown run where, shout out Funky, he just told me we ran it 8 out of 9 plays, scored a touchdown. So that's good to see as well. I had a bunch of notes written down. I left them downstairs on the couch. I'll probably run and go get them. B. Moses, Funky, Nevada. Somebody will be popping on here shortly. We kicking back, chilling. We're going to watch the rest of this game live together. Penn State just scored. It is now 20-17. Indiana fans, you know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourselves and realize that you are not the king of college football. You're a very good football team, but it's going to take you years to gather up the talent that some of these other teams have. Very well coached, very, very well coached, but Penn State's giving you all you can handle right now. And they're not the only ones that have done that this season either. Drink, yes, it will be. I want Penn State to win. 20-17, 11 and a half minutes to go. We'll see. Jaden Fielding with the 49-yarder. I am so upset he didn't get that 50-yarder, man. We need him to hit one of those 50-yarders, build his confidence up. That way in the playoffs, if we got to have one, he can give it to us. Right now, we've never seen one, ever. But I believe he can do it. Where was I at here? We got 15 first downs. Julian saying, doing Julian saying things. It's kind of wild that, we don't get on here and the first thing I say is Julian saying is 15 for 17 with 185 passing yards. I mean, because that's normal, but it shouldn't be normal. That's not normal. It's normal for Julian, but it's not normal. I mean, it's ridiculous. The throws that he makes. And one of those incompletions was just a shot Bryson Rogers down the field. Yeah, 15 for 17, averaging 10.7 yards per pass. That's pretty wild. Bo Jackson, 8 carries for 33 yards. Isaiah West, man, I love Isaiah West's running style. I absolutely love it. Needs to work on pass protection some. We know that. So does Bo Jackson. C.J. Donaldson, currently the best pass protector on the team. You might ask yourself this question because I ask myself it a lot. Me and B. Moses got into a little scuffle on this. I'm sure if he comes on, we'll have that discussion too. But why does C.J. Donaldson play so much? You see the answer right there, right? These are fresh. Our best running backs are freshmen, and you have to be able to pass protect. And both of them have a lot of work to do in that area. But as far as purely running the ball, running backs, it is clearly Bo Jackson and Isaiah West, number 1, number 2. I got James Peoples as my number 3. He showed some explosion today as well. But there's more to being a running back than just getting the ball and running the ball, right? You got to be able to pass protect. So there's that. What's Max Clear up to today? I was hoping Max Clear would get a little more involved in the game. 3 catches for 34 yards. That's not bad. Jeremiah Smith, 7 receptions, 109 yards already. Again, one of these conversations where it shouldn't be. I mean, the things that are now normal to Jeremiah Smith, we don't even talk about anymore. That catch that he had laying on the ground. I don't know if somebody said they didn't call that a catch. That was clearly a catch. I did see him wave it off. I don't know why they waved it off, but they might have marked us short of the first down, which is why we took the penalty. I don't know there. Steely, yeah, the block in the back on JJ, it was a block in the back, but that was so ticky-tack, man. That was so ticky-tack. But not a smart move by JJ to do. Give the refs an opportunity to call those. Iggy is in perfect position all the time this year. I mean, all the time. There's no need for that PI call. Maybe a little ticky-tacky as well, but it was pass interference. Happens a lot. But that's Purdue's game plan. Throw it up towards their sideline. Everybody scream PI, and they'll get the call. Devin Sanchez got called for 1, but this is a game that these coaches are clearly using as a scrimmage. I mean, chat, do you guys agree with that? Right? When you're watching right now, do you agree that Ryan Day and his coaching staff are using this as more of a scrimmage than anything else? I don't mean to sound, that's just what it is. All right, Mark. Yeah, take care, bro. We'll be cruising right into the post game from this stream. So just hop back on here when y'all ready for that. We'll get everybody on here. Yeah, Steve. Hey, does Scum play today? Do they play, chat? I didn't look. I did not look. Oh, wow. Indiana threw an interception. Watch the heck out. Here we go. Hey, chat, who do you want to win, Indiana or Penn State? Tell me. All right, Julian saying is officially winning the Heisman. Okay, bye week, Buckeye fan. Thanks, brother. Julian saying Heisman locked in. There we go. Can you guys hear the game? Oh. All right. You can't do that, Penn State. You just let the dude go. You just let him go. Second down and 12. Oh, boy. All right, good throw. Georgia killing Mississippi State 41-14. Thank you, Still Lee. Texas Tech killing BYU. The whole BYU at number 8 was such a joke. It's not even funny. Texas Tech at number 9 is a joke as well. Yeah. Very good, Penn State. By the way, that's my take on it. I think Texas Tech, the second they get up against a team with a pulse, they're getting smashed into the ground. BYU, that whole thing's a joke. I mean, come on now. Ooh, number 22, Memphis went down to Tulane. USC looked like crap against Northwestern last night. Northwestern looked good. Northwestern. Are you guys ready for this? Northwestern will beat Scum. It's going to happen. Don't throw an interception, dude. They will. Next weekend, Scum going down to Northwestern. They're going to lose by 3 points, guys. The score is going to be 3-6. Northwestern with the win. 3-6. Celia, they are. Dude, Penn State is chugging down the field, man. Chugging down the field. I love it. Well, here goes our Buckeyes. Screen to JJ. 5 yards. All right. Dang, man. It's like, what game I'm watching both games, but to be honest, I want to watch. Oh, dude, Penn State moving the ball down the field. I want to watch the Penn State games. What I want to watch. I'll tell you guys this. These Buckeye running backs, they're way better than I think we're even perceiving, because I don't know if I've seen a run play tonight. Yeah, Liz, I do have it. Yeah, I'm watching both the games. I haven't seen a run play where our running backs weren't met in the backfield. Literally, weren't met in the backfield and had to make somebody miss. And they've accomplished and done that and had some good runs. Of course, I'm exaggerating. There has been some. Here's a run play. Yeah. Love it. Good stuff. Dude, Penn State scored. It is now 23-20. The Penn State Nittany Lions about to take down the Indiana Who's with a running back screen pass all the way in from like 12 yards out. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know, Steely. Where is our Penn State friend? All right, we 3rd and 1 already. Took a shot down the field and missed it just a little bit. Here we go, 3rd and 1. We should be QB sneaking here, but we're going to run a play out of shotgun on 3rd and 1. And because Bo Jackson is an absolute unit, once again, met in the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, picks up the first down. Well done, Bo Jackson. I'm telling you, all day today, that's something we got to – coach has got to get that figured out. Julian Sainz, 17 for 20, 192 yards. Steely, I don't know. Shotgun on 1 yard. It worked. It about didn't. I tell you, that stuff won't work against. Here we go. Oh. I thought Sane was going to run for that one. By the way, Sane, again, showing his legs as well.
State hit to Jeremiah Smith against Oregon in the Rose Bowl last year. It was a very similar play, but that time they had Max Clare running the post, and he just couldn't keep his feet downfield. Otherwise, it would have been a big-time touchdown.
Yeah, Max Clare slipped right there. Had an open touchdown on that pass. Max Clare slipped. That was him getting in the game. All right, James. All right. Picking up some momentum on this run game, man. These running backs picking up a lot of steam. Just crashing into people for 5 yards. I'll take it every day of the week. Yeah, Liz. He does. He makes those moves look so easy. Yes, announcers, we know. Julian Sand got sacked. Isaiah West got blown up in the backfield. Here we go. All right, had to throw it away. 2 incompletions so far, same amount he had the entire first half. But smart move, smart play by Sam.
Now, Purdue has done a great job double teaming Jeremiah Smith. You see him up top here. It's Jeremiah Smith and Max Clare. And number 21, Taj Rael.
Yeah, they are doubling JJ the whole game. We got to have another wide receiver, obviously with Tate not in. All right, Bryson Rogers. Speaking of another wide receiver, there you go, Bryson. I mean, absolute perfect pass by Julian Sand. Good job, offensive line. We have a lot of offensive linemen playing today. Ethan Anianwa, Gabe Van Sickle, Ian Moore. Phillip Daniels being kept out, more precautionary things. Same with Josh Padilla. That's what I was told. Tate is not playing today because a little minor injury popped up. False start. Injury popped up in warm-ups. Not really an injury. This is more precautionary. But, yes, during warm-ups, Tate felt a little tight. Number 69. Who's that? Ian Moore? Yeah. So, yeah, Tate's good. If we needed Tate, Tate would be in the game. But yeah, Ryan Day ran 57 plays last game. He's on pace for that this game as well. I'm telling you, he's playing chess, not checkers. And there you go, peoples. I'm telling you, you're going to see a way different Ohio State offensive scheme in the playoffs. I'm sold on that. Chat, what you guys think? You guys think we're going to see a pretty stark difference in the offensive side of this team in the playoffs? I do. That was ugly. That was ugly. Penn State's defense is turned up right now. Got him in 3rd and 9. Indiana's. Oh, Tegra. Tegra missed him a block. Never would have thought that would happen. Consistency, man. Consistency, man. Just unstoppable. Brandon Ennis. Julian saying to Brandon Ennis. It's just. This team can't be stopped when we pass the ball. You know, we're averaging 61.5 plays per game. We're going to end up playing 2 fewer games than I think. There you go, Ennis. Yeah, Lou. I'll never understand it. Here was my thing.
Season because Ryan Day has them playing with such a slow, controlled pace of play. The defense can rest even longer on that sideline.
Yeah, this red zone stuff. Is interesting. they're loading the box because they know it's going to happen. But got to pass the ball now. So that doesn't mean we will. But third down. Yeah, Lisa, I got the Penn State game pulled up as well. I did just miss. Okay, Penn State ball. Okay, they got the ball back. Uh-oh. That was very interesting decision by Julian Sand. Very interesting decision. I thought that would have been pretty obvious. Yeah. That's all right. Obviously, we're good to go. It doesn't help the Heisman stats, and that, my friends, we are blessed that that is only his fourth interception. And I would rather him get those out of his system. The coaches use that as a big time learning experience. So much rather have that 24-3 than in a playoff game or the Big Ten title game or the scum game. So those are blessings in disguise and a result of the strategy of trying to run up the middle in the red zone and putting your quarterback in a situation on third and long on the goal line where the entire defense knows that they're absolutely passing the ball. You know, don't need to be putting them in those situations. But again, use it as an opportunity. Horrible play calling led to a horrible decision by our quarterback. But just so you know, Mendoza, second in the Heisman poll, threw a really bad interception as well. So that will not affect Julian Sayan's Heisman race. Big time third down for Penn State. No, it's not a big deal. And they got it. Indiana's going down. Indiana's going down. Where do they get it out to the 25 now? To the 20? Purdue. I wish that Purdue player. Yeah, the Tegra situation. We got to get right guard figured out. It sucks Josh Padilla is injured because I honestly believe, I mean, how much time you want to give the QB? That was interesting. Very interesting. Their defense, very interesting. But if Josh Padilla wasn't injured, I'm not quite sure he wouldn't have started. B Wash, I don't disagree with you. Steve, what was disgusting? I would like to see this defense. We got a third down scenario here, right? I would like to see some more pressure on these third down calls. There's been a couple where we don't rush, and somebody's eventually going to get open. There you go. K-Mac, baby. K-Mac. Yeah, we having some. You go back and watch this film, I think you're going to see we're playing. Riley Pettijohn's getting a lot of run this game. His first opportunity being used as the QB spy, and growth opportunity, man. Growth opportunity. Are they going for it on fourth down, huh? Penn State out of 3rd and 10. Please don't pass it, Penn State. Please just run it and play defense. No. Oh, okay. All right. It's on the Penn State's defense now. Edric Houston's coming on. Edric Houston is coming on in a pretty big way. And if Edric comes on, keeps coming on the way he is, and ends up playing his best football in the playoffs, he'll take this defense to a whole nother level. A whole nother level. I love it. Julian saying 21 for 26, 230 yards, 1 interception. Bo Jackson, 11 carries for 50 yards. Isaiah West still with 26 yards. J.J. Smith, 114 yards. Bryson Rogers, 2 catches for 30 yards. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, 0 sacks this game. I think this game could be a whole lot uglier if we pressured a little more. Coming into this game, Purdue has given up 4 sacks per game. 4 sacks per game they've given up. So I was expecting a lot of pass rushing, and we're not seeing it. Of course, Arvell Reese isn't in there either, if you guys haven't noticed that. I think I saw him in 1 or 2 plays. I see a lot of people insinuating disciplinary stuff with Tate and Reese. I don't know anything. I don't think that's it. But who knows, man? This Penn State-Indiana game, though. Let's click over to that full screen for a little bit. Yeah, Steely, the whole BYU at number 7 is just a pretty big joke. Well, Penn State's got a punter that can punt it 70-some yards, so Steve, 100%. Yeah, as a fan, for me at least, when I'm watching this game, you see that was a bomb of a punt. My Lord. Just punted it 63 yards in the air. You talk about flipping the field. That is a weapon. But Steve, yes, as a fan, when you watch the play calling and you watch Ohio State subbing in some of these guys and the defensive play call, this is a scrimmage to them. They are not pulling out anything, literally nothing. I mean, base defenses, running the ball a lot, not pulling out a lot of stuff. But here we go, Fernando Mendoza. This is his Heisman moment. It shouldn't, but if he goes down the field here and scores, he'll take over the Heisman race. And he starts off the drive by getting sacked. I can't believe I am either, Steely, but Indiana fans did this to themselves, for me at least. I haven't had a conversation with one that hasn't ran their mouth in a very big way. Hey, Jim Knowles' defense at its finest, baby. Converted a 2nd and 17. Good job, Jim Knowles. You're a beast, brother. You're a beast. So pathetic, man. I literally feel like I'm watching Ohio State games last year. Like, what you doing, bro? 2nd and 17, and you give up a 25-yard pass downfield. Jim Knowles, baby. Jim Knowles. All right, they clearly have to get chunk plays, Jim Knowles. What are you running here? Giving him a 13-yard. It's wild, man. Jim Knowles, come on, brother. Yeah, stop with the soft zone, man. Literally, Buckeye fans, how many times did we see that last year? Buckeyes just converted a first down. Yeah, Zilla, this soft zone stuff, what Jim Knowles is obsessed with, when you got to have a stop, just doesn't get it done, man. Look, that would have been a touchdown if that was a good throw. Are you guys seeing this? This is Jim Knowles. Good job, Jim Knowles. You're killing it, brother. You're killing it, Jim Knowles. Keep up with the good play calls. I mean, I don't understand. What are we doing? How does that happen? Got Buckeyes with the holding call. We're at 1st and 20 now. Not looking too hot. Jeremiah Smith just ran 5 yards backwards. That's good. So 2nd and 20. Look at this defense. All right, there we go. Indiana down at the 7-yard line. Jim Knowles, good job. Jim Knowles is about to go down as the biggest regret in college football history for Penn State. There you go, Smith, or saying. Yeah, it was a good catch, Steely, on the Indiana receiver, but they shouldn't even be down that far. The whole soft zone stuff, it's do man too high safety. You'll probably have a lot better. Are you talking about J.J. Smith's catch he just had? Because that was wild too. There you go, Buckeyes. I'm surprised they didn't call that whistle dead. Yes, Penn State's going to lose. Jim Knowles is, I think, trying to lose, to be honest with you. That way you can ride off into the sunset and collect his big old paycheck. I'm literally having flashbacks to last year with Jim Knowles in his soft zone. All right, Milan. All right, Milan. All right. Jim Knowles waits till they're at the goal line to dial up the pressure. Looks like Penn State didn't get players off the field in time. Good job, Jim Knowles. Good job, Jim Knowles. Subbing in late. Got a wasted timeout. John Phillip Daniels, not injured, but I think there might be like a small injury there. But I'm wondering how much it is that Ian Moore from Indiana, shout out Nevada, brought that up. Maybe they're wanting to get Ian Moore in the game because from Indiana, you know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, if I was a Penn State fan right now, I would be losing my crap on Jim Knowles. But normally he's pretty good at the goal line. You got to pressure the QB here. You cannot give Mendoza time. There you go. Bring them all. There you go. It's that easy. Send pressure every time. Every time. Good. Send the house every time. Send the house every time. I don't know why you waited till you get to the goal line, but sorry, guys. Timeout from the Ohio State game, if you don't mind. You might want to flip over to if you're not watching the Penn State game right now, you need to flip over to it. 3rd and goal. That was not a touchdown, you ignorant official. You ignorant official. There's no way. Maybe it was. That wasn't a touchdown. That's out of bounds. His foot's out of bounds. Gus Johnson, shut your mouth, dude. Let's see. Oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Jim Knowles, you're so good. Oh, that's a touchdown. Jim Knowles, you blooming idiot. You blooming idiot, bro. That's a touchdown. Yeah, toes in. And that foot's in right there, too. Second foot. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, man. Oh, man, guys. Oh, my God. Bro, you got to get rid of Jim Knowles. Yo, Ian Moore, big time block. Isaiah West, big time run. There you go, West. The thing that sucks, that annoys me, is now we're going to have to hear the Indiana fans and all the national media talking about how good Indiana is. And I'm just, you guys in the chat might think that they are very, very good. Okay. But 26-24, Penn State Jim Knowles gave them the game. I'm not buying into it's the same as last year. I don't want to sound like an Indiana hater, but it's the same as last year when you watch them in the playoffs, Notre Dame, you watch them come play the Buckeyes. It's just, all right, time to switch the play calling up. Brian Hartline, come on. I cannot believe they just did that. I cannot believe Penn State defense just did that. Am I off, chat? Am I off? Is that on Jim Knowles? Now, 2 amazing catches. That was an amazing catch, but they should have never been able to drive down the field that fast, that easy. The soft zone calls were just pathetic. And the Buckeyes are looking like crap as well right now. The offensive line, it's not looking good, man. Who was that on? Who gave up that sack? Tegra? Is Tegra in?
Working in those inside gaps and giving Julian Sane just cutting off every angle. There was nowhere for Sane to go. A great job by Ishmael. They're getting the sack. Nearly 45 yards.
Is that our starting offensive line in? All right. All right, Jaden Fielding. I'm going to rewind that. I got to see who that sack's on. Let's see who that's on. Is it a twist in the middle and Tegra got? Yeah, that's Tegra. Tegra got absolutely beat. I mean, what do we... Oh, yeah, Tegra got beat bad again for the 3rd time this game that I have seen, and I haven't went back and watched the film, but did Indiana squib kick? Man, I know for a fact we got a better option at right guard. Sorry, it is what it is. We got a better option at right guard. We have to. All right, Penn State called a timeout. Yeah, it's as a Buckeye fan for me, a little bit of an annoying game to watch, but a lot of rotation in and out. Play calling is very subpar on purpose, defensively and offensively. Yeah, they should not have called a timeout there, Zilla. I agree with you. You got to be ready enough to get up, run a play. You needed that timeout because now what are you going to do? How are you going to get the field goal unit on the field in time? That's not very wise. Hey, if I was them, I'm putting my punter out there to try to make a 70-yard field goal. He's got the leg. Why not take a chance? Flag on the play, holding, Penn State, game over. Penn State fans, your anger should be directed at your defensive coordinator with his soft zone. Oh, no, that was a call on Indiana. All right, game's not over. That sucks. That much time gets taken off. Mendoza, he's got so lucky this game, man. So lucky. How much you want to bet he takes over the Heisman race now? Unfortunate. Making him look so good. Very good quarterback, but he is not even close to the quarterback that freshman Julian Sayin is. Yeah, he did. Wide open receiver on the sideline, just absolutely blew it. All right, you got to have a pretty long completion here to the sideline. You can't throw it up the middle. And you can't do that. You can't try to throw it behind the line of scrimmage to your running back when you got to have a field goal, bud. Interesting strategy there, number 17. Throw it backwards. Throw a dart backwards to your running back 5 yards away when you got to have 20 yards. Good coverage, Iggy. Good coverage, Iggy. No. Penn State fans, let me introduce you to Jim Knowles. So bad. Oh, man, I'm so annoyed. I got to listen to Indiana fans now and the national media talk about Mendoza. Let me look at something. Mendoza, 19 for 30 with an interception. We got a quarterback throwing 63% completion percentage against Penn State. Julian Sayin threw for 87%. Good coverage, McLean. And ladies and gentlemen, because of the Ohio State hate, Fernando Mendoza will take over the Heisman race, completing 63% of his passes, getting extremely lucky to beat a 3-5 Penn State team. You almost became their first win in Big Ten. Bootzilla, Knowles defense, soft as tissue. Yeah. Of course he is, Bootzilla. Of course he is. Yeah. Purdue QB has 73 yards passing. Firefish, what's good? Indiana didn't do anything. Jim Knowles gifted them the game on a silver platter. They got him on 2nd and 17. Jim Knowles rushes 3, drops back into a soft zone, giving Fernando Mendoza all day to pass the ball. They complete a 20-yard pass downfield. And then does it again. The very next play does it again. Rushes 3, gets into the red zone, starts to apply pressure, and it works beautifully until amazing throw and amazing catch by Indiana there with a little bit of luck involved. I feel like his toe touched the blade of grass that was out of bounds. That wasn't a touchdown. They cheated. Yes. If the Buckeyes come out and play their best game, and Indiana comes out and plays their best game, the Buckeyes will win by 3+ touchdowns. Chat, are my fan glasses on when I say that? Yeah, ultimately, Indiana being undefeated going into the Big Ten title game is good for us, but I don't care. I still wanted them to lose. Heaven forbid we come out and lose to Indiana. We just lost to an undefeated team. We'll be ranked number 2 in the nation still, but I don't really care about any of that. Yeah, hey, with any plays that are replayed this year, you literally, if it's not in the ACC where they do the live where officials are actually held accountable, which is the way all replays should be done, live on air, so people are held accountable for their decisions. Other than that, when you see a play being replayed, here's what you need to do. You got to dig in your pocket, see if you can find a coin. I prefer quarters because they're bigger, easier to find when they hit the ground. Flip the thing in the air, and that'll give you your answer towards what the replay is going to bring back. Here we go. Buckeyes coming out. Max Claire, baby. Penn State Sports Talk. How you doing, brother? I would be fuming too, and I would be heated too. You need to get your fans together and rally and get yourself a new defensive coordinator ASAP. Like ASAP. Like faster than ASAP. Yeah. Penn State. You guys literally handed them that game on a silver platter.
Saying having a Heisman type season, he just keeps putting up big stats, big numbers. Fernando Mendoza, Heisman moment, leading his team back.
Oh my God, we're already hearing it from the national media. Heisman moment by Fernando Mendoza. We're already hearing it. He threw for 63%.
Obviously, Heisman at this point, it's a quarterback award and it's a team award as much as it is anything else. You got to win games and put up stats.
There you go, Bryson Rogers. Look at that freaking block. That was a Luke Montgomery and Bryson Rogers play right there. Heck of a block. Good blocking. Penn State Sports Talk, you don't got to tell us. We watched it all year last year. All year. The soft zone by Jim Knowles is very, very bad, and he'll drop defensive ends into coverage. The Oregon game for us. I don't know if you guys have heard. Chat, answer this. Have you guys heard Denzel Burke talk about? Here we go again. There you go, Bo Jackson. Lower the shoulder. Have you guys heard Denzel Burke talk about the defensive play calling in the national title game yet? Yes or no? Have you guys heard it? Oh. I wonder if I should try to find it.
Maybe the deepest tight end room in the history of Ohio State. Johnny Thurman is a physically imposing figure.
Steely, where can I find it? Do I think Bo runs like Zeke? At the point of contact, he does. At the point of contact, he does for sure. There you go, Peoples. That was a good run, too. Peoples is picking up some momentum. I'm telling you, he is. James Peoples, Isaiah West, Bo Jackson. I love it. Yeah, Steely, if you find where I can find that on Twitter, I'm trying to see if I Here you go, James Peoples. It was on a podcast, but somebody clipped it up into a short. It's on Twitter somewhere. If anybody can find out where. I don't think I shared it because I'm just not. I didn't. Look where the officials spot. So in the beginning, in the first half of this game, I wrote on my notes, it was very obvious to me when Ohio State was running the ball, there were a couple runs that the refs blew the whistle on very quickly when there was still forward momentum. Bo Jackson got out of one of them, actually, but the officials called it dead. And then the very next one, when Purdue had the ball running the ball, I mean, they were blowing the whistle way late, waiting forever. Here we go with the Nate Roberts signature Ohio State red zone play. It's the only one we have when we get down on the 3-yard line and in. It's the only play we have right now. But I'm telling you, wait till you see what they get out of that. Julian saying 27 for 33 with 303 yards. Throwing for 82% this game. Julian saying this is ridiculous. Yeah, Zilla. I mean, it was a block in the back, but it was such a ticky tack. I mean, JJ shouldn't have done it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure JJ just rested his hands on his back and the receiver fell over. 34-3. All right, I need the Buckeyes to go for 2 on the final touchdown, and I'll be right. I guessed it at 42-3. And then I'll win. I'll win the prize. Should have let Julian Sand throw that touchdown. Give himself another TD on his Heisman stats. Penn State, do y'all fear Indiana? I am probably in the minority in this one, and I could eat my words, but I'm going to hold firm and answer no. If the Buckeyes come out and play a really bad game and Indiana comes out and plays their best game, yes. I'll put it to you like this. And again, might eat my words, but people will clip this up maybe, and if Indiana manages to beat us. But if the Buckeyes come out and play their best game and Indiana comes out and play their best game, the Buckeyes will win by 3+ touchdowns. Those are my actual football. Watched both teams now enough. That's my official prediction. What do I think's going to happen? I think the Buckeyes are going to win by 10+ points. I mean, this is identical to last year. To me, identical to last year. We heard the same thing. And we saw Indiana come in, and we saw their offensive line not be able to compete at all. We saw today in the Penn State game that the key to shutting down Indiana's offense, and this is I know a lot of people can say this. You can say this about anything, but pressure Mendoza. Pressure him. You see the throws he makes. You see the decisions that he makes. I mean, even that throw in the end zone, that touchdown. Dream time relaxation, I'm not there at all. It was Penn State. He threw for 63%. But yes, national media-wise and everything, they're going to show that as a Heisman winning, drive. Meanwhile, Julian Sands throwing for 82%. Julian Sands threw for, I'll give you Julian Sands' stats for the Penn State game real quick. Mendoza's stats for the Penn State game was 19 for 30, 218 yards. 19 for 30, 218 yards. Julian Sands' stats were 20 for 23, 316 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mendoza threw 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. Jason Moore's in the game. Dream time, yeah, you're right. I already know. No, the national media will not agree with me at all. But here you go. Bootzilla summed it up pretty good. But it's not a secret that there is, Ohio State hate in the national media, especially. Man, Bo Atkinson, dude. I'm glad Bo Atkinson has another year of eligibility. He needs to get a lot stronger. Bo Atkinson needs to get a lot stronger. He will. But go back and watch that last play and watch Bo Atkinson. Got Jason Moore, Joshua Mickens, Will Smith in, and they're not holding up very good right now. Second string D-line. Will Smith Jr. is an absolute dog. He'll be our K-Mac next year. Jason Moore, this is only his third game where he hasn't been injured, coming off Bootzilla. Gus Johnson is a legend. Used to be really good, but yeah, he's him and Joel Klatt. Have very biased takes, and their announcing is just too one-sided. They don't need to be calling Ohio State games anymore. It's too obvious. I mean, go back to the sign stealing gate and go listen to how Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt, their thoughts on that. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Gus Johnson, the last time he called, saying, Urban Meyer needs to get in the weight room, need help from Shelley just to ring that bell. Like, why would you say that live air announcing a game? Come on, Buckeye defense. What are we doing? Let's go, second stringers. You're looking softer than Charmin dipped in Downy rolled and cotton. Freaking stop letting them run 9 yards on you every time they get the ball handed off. Let's go. Step it up. Come on. I mean, they're getting 9 yards of carry on you right now. There you go, Ziggy. Let's go, Jason Moore. Oh, yeah, Iowa and Oregon playing right now. Oh, Steely, you found it. Gotcha. My dude, thank you, Steely. Penn State Sports Talk, I hope you're still here. I got something for you. Got something for you. Yeah, Firefish, I do too. This is when it starts to get fun. Second down and 11. Purdue does have to snap the football. Hopefully I don't get dinged by YouTube for this, but we'll see. You guys ready, chat? Here you go.
How did the team feel a shift from that late pressure from Notre Dame, or was you guys just confident throughout that whole game that you guys pretty much had it, and you just got to make that last play to kind of put them away?
I ain't gonna lie, there was moments because some of the play calls that were being called on the defensive side were pretty questionable, and we were just hoping that like our DC wasn't gonna get himself in the bind and put us in bad position. So.
Did Purdue just score? Take us to the 2-minute timeout in West Lafayette. Oh, no, they didn't. I missed the Jason Moore. I want to see what Jason Moore did. Yeah, I was on a little spiel about Jason Moore, by the way. Him and Tywan Malone were on a similar trajectory in the preseason, right? Jason Moore was, let me tell you, in high school, absolutely dominant. top 100 player. I think he was a top 50. No. So he was the number 75 player nationally out of Maryland, the number 10 defensive lineman in his class. He's in his junior year, right, guys? Junior year. And then he got injured. And he's just now been cleared to play. So you'll see. Jason Moore's got potential. It's kind of in the same boat, like I said, as Tywone Malone. You know how us Buckeye fans kind of wrote that off just a little bit. Don't need to do that. Obviously, LJ's elite at development. B. Moses in the hizzy. What up, B?
What's good, man? What's good? Thought I'd hop on for a little bit before I go run errands and
Gotcha.
But
yeah.
Where were you at, man? What was you talking about?
Just running down the Jason Moore situation about how us fans kind of blew Tywone Malone off. And I said preseason, Jason Moore and Tywone Malone were neck and neck. They were there. Then Jason got injured, and we saw Tywone Malone, what he's been able to do. So we can't be writing Jason Moore off. He's in his junior year. He's coming back next year and has 2 years of eligibility left. So just reminding Buckeye fans, hey, we can't write some of these depth pieces off just because they haven't. Everybody's timeline is different. Not everybody's J.J. Smith. Not everybody's even Ziggy Grady at this point. But yeah, that's where I was at. This second string defensive line was getting ran on by Purdue like crazy. So I was getting a little heated. Like, hey, these guys, they're not that bad.
No, I peeped that. I just turned it back on down here. Let me see. They're at the 20. Okay, so, man, we need to stop them from scoring. They better not let them score a TD. I see they're at the 28. Bro. So, but yeah, that's typical, man. We see it in the late in the game. The second, third stringers start letting them move the ball downfield. Yeah. Come on, fellas. Now shut it down. Shut it down. Remember last time he was moving the ball. I think it was who were we on the road against? And Aaron Scott came and shut the door. Wisconsin.
It was Wisconsin. Yeah,
they were moving the ball. So holding. Hopefully it is a holding, man. But yeah, I know.
Roughing the passer on the defense. Here we go. They're on the goal line now, on the 2-yard line. Bo Atkinson, baby.
Come on, man. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. So
that was a bad call, man.
That was. I just saw it. That was terrible. That was so.
What are you doing, officials? Are we serious, man?
I think somebody got money on the game.
Dude,
they want that TD to not cover the spread. They tripping. Okay, let's see. Here we go. First and goal. Let's get an interception or a fumble for a recovery or something. Don't let them score.
Yeah,
even, all young guys are in there, man.
Got absolutely smoked.
Oh my
touchdown.
Goodness.
That was really bad. That second string defense right there just looked really, really, really bad.
Yeah,
they just
that was Roker.
Dog walked all the way down the field.
Yeah, that was too easy.
My God, that was bad. Dude.
Yeah, that was awful, Roker. 28. Yeah.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's what it is, man. I mean, listen, we are whining about something inconsequential. Like at the end of the day, it does not matter. 34-10. And listen, I know I'm late, so I don't want to necessarily rehash a bunch of stuff, but I don't know, like where should I jump in? I guess.
All right, let's start with this. Let's start with Fernando Mendoza. Just had a Heisman-winning drive down the field, throwing for 63%, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 19 for 30 against Penn State. Julian Sayin threw for 87% completions and 4 touchdowns for Penn State. And as of right now, Julian Sayin is throwing at an 82% clip and should be the Heisman winner at this point. What Julian Sayin is doing even this game, he just upped his completion percentage again, even more.
Crazy.
Julian saying.
Yeah, I'm looking at the stats now. 303 passing yards. How many TDs did he have?
He's got one in this game.
One TD.
I just
one
gave the
pick.
Penn State stats compared to Mendoza and Penn State.
Got you. Yeah, no, but it's funny. I was talking to my my guy. He said, how are they going to spin that Indiana is better than us after this game against Penn State? He said, so how would this be spun that Indy is better than us? Gritty win, mental toughness.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you nailed it, because they're going to do it. Listen, Penn State, we know they still have some good players. I'm not going to act like they're just awful. They're just in turmoil. We know the situation. But listen, Indiana, they're a good team. They're a very good team. But I've seen nothing from them to suggest that they're better than us. I just haven't. And Mendoza is a very good quarterback. I like him. He's good. But he's he's not Julian saying it, just talent and skill. And you can say, well, look at his receivers. Well, he's putting the ball on the receivers. I don't care who he's throwing to. Look at the ball placement. Look at everything he does as a quarterback. So anyway, it doesn't matter. As I was saying in our chat, Dev, I know people like Buckeye fans were like rooting for Indiana to lose. Now, I would have certainly laughed at Indiana fans because they've been awful. Some of y'all out there, listen, I didn't even know Indiana fans existed until now, right? And so they've been going extra crazy. So I would have laughed if they would have lost because they just been obnoxious. They're clearly showing they haven't been there before. And so, but on the flip side, I was saying in our chat with Nevada, Funky, all of us, I'm like, listen, I don't want them to lose. I want them to be undefeated. I want to play them in the Big Ten title game undefeated. I want them to be number 2, whatever, thinking they're still number 1, all that. So I'm cool with them pulling it out, in a dogfight against a Penn State team we blew out. That's fine with me. But listen, Dev, just to end my rant, we've seen this every year. This is college football, y'all. All these rantings and banter and back and forth and who's better and overusing the transitive property. This is all fun and games. And even with this game, I'm going to give my thoughts whenever I, kind of can dive in about this game and summarize it. But even with this game, like, I'm not tripping. There's people tripping over this game. I'm not. And I'll go into details about it in a minute. And I see we got the last snap right here with Peoples, who's playing better, who's playing more confident and playing better. But anyway.
Yeah, B-Modes, I feel you. I'm not tripping at all. In the moment, yes, I trip, but that's just because of my want for these Buckeyes to play perfect. The truth is, as a Buckeye fan, I catch myself doing it. If it's not perfect, I get upset. The Buckeyes have set the standard so high, Julian saying, Jeremiah Smith, all this, that the second we see anything go wrong at all, right, we want to flip out. But I've already given my spiel about this game and the reason why I'm not flipping out and the reason why there are things that look different than they are going to look. I already know the route you're going to go with this. It's the same. I share the same thoughts on it. But yes, this is a dominant victory. Day is playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah, he is, man. And, I'm sure you've already kind of said it, like you said, as you kept watching this game, it was clear as day by halftime that this was being treated like a practice, like a scrimmage. I mean, all the way from what we were, the play calling's terrible. Maybe. But listen, he told you in the press conferences this week, he kind of foreshadowed it. He said, we'll be able to turn it on if we need to. I think he was kind of preparing people like, we might go out here and just kind of scrimmage and try some things and work on some things. And we're not Indiana. We're not trying to go out here and just 63-0, the cupcake. He understands what it takes to win a natty. Nobody else in the conference understands that. None. Zero. Okay? Like in a 12-team playoff. So this was clearly a scrimmage. So basically I'm saying that to say it's okay as a fan to be frustrated. I'm not saying you can't be frustrated with play. I was frustrated. I was texting like, man, I was dumb or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying is that when you have the context to go off of this is being treated like a scrimmage, because he knows that he's trying to work towards a greater goal, then it kind of changes your perspective so you don't just react so much. And real quick, and I'm going to finish my rant, Dev. I know you always talking about you be tripping. Like, listen, bro. Yes, you get upset and you be saying stuff. But compared to some of the fans I deal with on my social media, you are quite tame, sir. I mean, I had one cat in the first quarter, early in the first quarter, talking about, see, I knew it. I knew this was going to be a trap game. I responded. I said, bro, it's the first quarter. It's 3-0. Like, chill. He's like, man, I know, man. I'm like, I don't know why cat. I mean, listen, I know we love Ohio State football. We're passionate. But Jesus. But anyway, I'll finish. So I'm saying, and I'll wrap it up with this. A lot of young players played today, even early. Petty John got a ton of snaps. Carnell Tate could have played. He was a little dinged, and he was his ding was a little tight in warm-ups or whatever, like Dave said. He could have played. He didn't need to. Your boy Bryson Rogers showed up. He played well. Brandon Ennis played well. Jeremiah Smith 8. Like, we saw a lot of good things. I mean, look, the run game. Let me refresh the stats here, because I saw a bunch of comments complaining about the run game.
B. Moses, before you get into that, let me bring on our buddy. Nevada is in the building. I'm going to bring him on real quick. Nevada, B. Moses is in the middle of pulling up some rush game stats for us. But how you doing, bro?
Well, unless B. Moses has got a Max Clare anytime touchdown stat on there, I don't want to hear from B. Moses that his silly rushing stats. You know what I'm saying?
How you just gonna come in here and take a hot dookie on my rushing stats?
He was open too. He was wide open, and then
open.
Julian airmails like the one pass he doesn't throw accurately the whole year. It's like, oh man! But get on with your little pithy little rushing stats, there, B. Moses.
Pithy stats. Okay, let's do it. All right. So let me give you some background, Nevada. So I saw multiple people on my page, on my Facebook page, just complaining about the rushing and, just really like lamenting that, oh my God. And then this dude in the blue suit, I got my TV on. I forget who he used to play for in the Big Ten Network at halftime, talking about we can't run the ball. And you saw Funky send the stats. We had 78 yards rushing. I think it was the backs were averaging. One was 5.26. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was fine. 78 yards is fine for the first half. He made it seem like it was just awful. Okay, so anyway, we ended the game with 170 yards rushing. 303 yards passing, 473 total yards. We held Purdue to 186. We held them to under 100 yards on each category of rushing and passing. Okay. I can go into more details about specific, players and their rushing. Okay, let me do that. So Bo Jackson had 75 yards. He averaged 5.4. Isaiah West, who ran really well towards the end, 60 yards, 6.7 per carry. And then Peoples had 3.2, 2.4, even though Peoples looked better today in spots. The point is, we've said this before. This rushing game is not some super dominant rushing game. We're rotating 4 backs. Like it or love it, that's just what we're doing right now. But the run game was even today was not. It wasn't bad. It was solid. It was fine. This has been consistent. A little under 200. We throw the ball, like Nevada's been saying in the chat. Just throw the ball. Do I believe we will need to run the ball at some point? Yes, but I don't think we'll need to run for 300 yards in a game per se. I just think we'll need to run the ball in spots to keep the defense honest. But we don't, to me, this team is not last year. We have Judkins and we have Henderson, and, it's just not it. But I think our run game was effective enough to be fine. I don't know. Do y'all agree? Am I tripping? Like, some people just acting like today's run game was just awful. And I'm like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was solid. What y'all think?
Well, first of all, if you have that 75-yard run from Bo not get called back for the penalty, then everything looks complete. It's funny how one run can completely skew all the stats.
Yeah.
But no, I thought we showed what I like. I like that we're showing some creativity. Let me tell you what I like, and I'll tell you what I don't like. I like that we're showing creativity in the running game. I like that we're running that kind of that inverted wishbone thing with the two diamond type of thing. I like that we're running some counters. So we're doing some different things. We're running some split zone. So I like some of the running game concepts that we're introducing. I like when we're in short yardage and we I don't even know what to call it, but Julian Saint's kind of running towards the line and CJ's running towards the line at about 500 miles an hour, and he's not reading anything. He's just going straight ahead. I like that play. That's what I like about the rushing
Yeah,
game.
me too.
Let me
Yeah.
now let me tell you what I don't like about the rushing game. I
Uh-oh.
don't like Nate Roberts carrying the ball. I don't like it when we have four tight ends in there and we slow developing playing. I don't like. Well, let me go back to one other thing I liked. I like the design quarterback run to Lincoln Keenholz, because if you're gonna double JJ, that equates numbers. So that
Yeah.
free hitter, and the free hitter in the hole, that guy ran into. If CJ Donaldson's carrying that ball, that guy runs into CJ Donaldson. With Lincoln carrying the ball, CJ Donaldson runs him, and Lincoln goes in almost untouched in the end zone. That's
Yeah.
why you run the. That's why the people that are like, no, don't run the quarterback. Don't, you can't run the quarterback. I'm like, if you run the quarterback around the goal line, you can equate numbers, and it's such a cheat code. So pick
Yeah.
your poison. If they go man to man on JJ on the outside, Lincoln's perfectly capable of throwing the slant out there. But if they're
Yes.
going to bracket him, we're going to run the thing, and it's one-on-one blocking on everybody. We got numbers for every. There's no free hitters. So I like all that stuff. I just don't like the football in a phone booth. And it frustrates me because I feel like we're the most talented passing team that I've ever seen. I mean, I feel like I'm watching prime, Joe Burrow with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson at LSU from a passing standpoint. And so every time that we run the ball, I just, I mean, I know we have to run the ball, but it's like don't you feel like we could pass? It's like run, run. Okay, 3rd and 9. Okay, Julian. Now get a first down, Julian.
Yep.
14-yard pass. Just like, I mean, it's like a cheat code. I used to have a little kid in my on my flag football team, and our play that we'd run every time was it was like 8-man football. You'd run 4 guys, go deep, and then we'd snap the ball to him, and he just wait for the rush to come in, and he just run every time. And that was my play. I'm like, everybody go deep, and then then you just run with the ball. So I feel like that's what we do with Julian saying. We're like, okay, we're going to run the ball. Now we're going to make it 3rd and 9, 3rd and 11 for you. It's going to make it nice and challenging, and then he'll go connect with Bryson Rogers or whomever and make them look like the next great wide receiver. So that was a rant. But that's how I feel about the running game and about your little rushing stats there, B Moses. There.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
preface before I dive into it, I'll preface by saying this game had a real scrimmage like game feel to it, right? A lot of different players in the game, holding players out because who could have played, but why take the chance when we're playing Purdue? When I'm watching the game, there's several things that with the play calling. Nevada brought up a couple of those. B Moses, you did as well. But when I take a step back and I realize the overall bigger picture, like we all know that there is, and that's the playoffs. And you see this team strength is obviously passing, right? We've seen Julian saying do it. Last game, we saw what settling into our identity did in the fourth quarter. Bo Jackson, I don't know, he had like 80 yards in one. The running game opened up. Why? Because we were killing them down the field. So our passing game opened up the run game. When you get into this game, it's that, we ran 70 plays. We're only averaging 61 and a half plays on the season. You obviously know what Ryan Day and his coaching staff is trying to do. So when I see a run game or a play or a certain personnel in the game, it used to frustrate me, but I'm more along the lines of, okay, I see the bigger picture here. We're not putting all those things out there. I do have faith that when we get into the playoffs, we will utilize our strengths way better. Now, there is one thing. Why do I hate the phone booth running just like Nevada does? Because it puts the whole play rests on the weakness of this team on offense. And the weakness of this team on offense is our right guard position. That's not a secret. There's nothing there. That's the only aspect of the run game that sometimes gets to me a little bit is we need to figure out that right guard position, Tegra, the consistency there. It's just not there. We saw it this game several times it happened. But I think when we get into, excuse me, these games that matter per se, where we know our defense isn't going to absolutely shut the offense down and we have to go score. We've seen our ability to do that. It's almost unfair. Nevada, you said that. It's just like we put Julian Sain in all these situations where run, 3rd and 9, got to pass it. The goal line, we saw that happen. He ended up throwing an interception, but Julian Sain can handle those moments. He's shown it so often. So it's hard for me to look at this game and talk about concerns considering the situation, the team we're playing, the time of year it is, all those things. But even if I negate all those things and I think about my one concern on offense, it would be that right guard position because that comes up several times, right? Passing, all those things. That's the only thing there. And I even think the running back rotations when we get into the playoffs, this coaching staff is going to play the players that are going to get it done. But B. Moses brings up a good point. You got to be able to pass block as well, right, as a running back. CJ's the best one at that. He's the worst running back in my mind, right, as far as rushing the ball. But we watched Isaiah West and Bo Jackson, they're freshman running backs. It takes a couple years to develop pass pro at that level because that's non-existent in high school ball. Running backs, they don't pass protect in high school ball. So it's a different level now. But, I mean, offensively, we're a passing team. Julian Sain threw for 82% today. Again, just even increasing his completion percentage even more, which was 80.7% on the year, which is insane. I don't see how this passing attack can be stopped by anybody, point blank, period.
Yeah, the good stuff. So, and I'll say this as well. Even with you said a lot of good stuff, but I'll say this. 2 things. Mark Swick, he asked in the chat about, is there anybody better than Tegra? And I responded with Padilla was out today. He's dinged up. Padilla was in the rotation. He was getting more reps. He was coming on. So, he's a guy that can plug back in. And we saw some of the struggles with the O-line even in pass pro early because, Gabe Van Sickle, I think he could be a good player, but he still needs reps. And so it was a little murky early. But I want to talk about the running backs. So you're correct, Dev. I believe that in the playoffs, we're going to lean on our best backs, which is Bo Jackson, Isaiah West, and then Donaldson, for pass pro situations. But I do believe Ryan Day is trying to spread the love right now, have Lachlan get them in there because he wants all of them with confidence and reps and experience as much as possible. Because if somebody goes down, we want to be able to have a confident James Peoples in there to try to, pick up the slack because James Peoples' confidence was really trash until recently. We all know this, like just hearing stuff behind the scenes. Ryan Day has been intently trying to get his confidence going, and we could see it a little bit. He's still not great, but he's doing better. He's running hard. You can see he has a little more energy. And about Donaldson, I know we were debating about who's the better back. Yeah, absolutely. Peoples has a higher ceiling as a better runner, but the overall better back is Donaldson because he's a better pass pro guy. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like you just have to give it to him for that. And that's not because he's just so good running the ball. I think he's better than what people give credit for around the goal line. I mean, we have to give him credit. Like, he scores. Like, he actually gets in more often than not. Again, is he Carlos Hyde? No, but he's our guy right now, and we're going to have to ride him in that respect. But anyway, I'll end there. I could say more, but, I want Nevada to jump in.
Well, no, you guys both make great points. I think, today, the idea that this was a scrimmage was so on display from the very beginning. I mean, whether Ryan Day, all he had to do was hold up a big sign saying this is a scrimmage would have been the only thing that made it more blatant. I mean, because the players know when you're like, okay, hey, by the way, Ian Moore, you're starting at right tackle, and Mylan Graham, you're up there, and Riley Pettijohn, you're playing on the first thing, and Gabe Van Sickle, get in there at right guard. We were doing a lot of things that just felt like this was we were just messing around. And I rarely feel it. A lot of times people say that, and I'm like, no, I don't. I think they might have been trying, but this wasn't like a scrimmage. This was really like a scrimmage. This was actually like a controlled scrimmage for Ryan Day. And in my game prediction, I had it 42-6, which was an under and Ohio State covering. and it went under, but Ohio State didn't cover because they gave up the last touchdown when they had the notorious Leroy Roker out there and in coverage, and that's painful, man. That's painful. Devin, that'd be like watching Devin line up as the slot cornerback or something like that. I mean, Devin, you can hit the ball a long way on the golf course, but I don't want to see you trying to flip your hips and try to throw
No,
those.
let me tell hey, that ain't happened to me. There's going to be PI called, I promise.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard to watch. That last drive, that whole last drive was kind of hard to watch because Purdue
Yeah.
was just trying to run the clock out, and then we just kept giving up chunk plays, and then a face masking penalty. I mean, like, and then all of a sudden Purdue's like, "Oh, well, we're down here. We might as well score." So they did
Ugh.
it. So that was I was a little disappointed in that, but hey, I like at this time of the year what you're looking for with Ohio State is you're looking for things to get on the guys about because if they're feeling too good about themselves, bad things can happen. And we saw what happened to Indiana today at Penn State. I felt that was really predictable. Penn State was a 14-point underdog. I thought they were the play today against Indiana, and they darn near won. I mean, they darn near should have won. Now, as an Ohio State fan, we should all be very happy that Indiana won that game because Indiana being undefeated and us playing them in the Big Ten championship game, you have two things. There are two possible outcomes. One, we can beat them, which just further solidifies obviously our resume. Two, if by some chance you lose to them, now you lost to the one of the only other undefeated teams in the country. You've got the best loss in the country. And so you stay in the top four, no question about it. Going to the seedings, you get that first round bye. Maybe you move to two, maybe you move to three or whatever it is, but you don't move further past that. So that was a good win for us. That was a heck of a college football game, but it just can show you. I mean, Ryan Day's making these games look easy, and they're not easy. I mean, there's lots of landmines along the way,
Yeah.
and we're getting further and further into the season now. We're down to the final 3 games for the regular season, at least. And Ryan's managed to, dodge him. And I feel like we're getting better. I feel like offensively we're getting better. Defensively, the only thing that I'm kind of perplexed by is our lack of a pass rush. Our pass rush is
Yes.
just, and obviously, some of that is by design. I thought last week they let Kenyatta Jackson get out there, but we were hemming and we still lost, control of the quarterback a few times today. Not a lot. And we gave up 175 yards and whatever, but just enough to kind of give them something to think about. But I feel like offensively, we're definitely improving. Defensively, we're suffocating, and we're going to be a tough out for anybody down the stretch. In the regular season in 3 weeks in Ann Arbor and through the playoffs. So I like where we're sitting. And the best thing about 9-0 is a chance to go 10-0, and we got that chance.
Yeah, you brought up what I literally wrote down when we're talking about defense. Before I do that, hit on the Indiana thing. Tomorrow, I will be glad that they won. Right now, I'm not. I wanted them to lose because I can't stand the arrogance of these Indiana fans. That is only the reason why.
Bad.
And the Fernando Mendoza Heisman run and the fact that now people are going to try to place him above Julian Sain. And I think Julian Sain is so deserving of that award this year that any opportunity to show that to national media, which would have been Fernando Mendoza losing, Jim Knowles gifted him that. That's all I'll say there. But yeah, the defense thing, preface it by again saying scrimmage-like game today, but Purdue was giving up 4 sacks per game going into this game. So I'm like, hey, even if we rush 4, we're getting to the quarterback this game. Ended the game, 0 sacks and only 3 tackles for a loss. It was the only thing defensively. I'm like, dang, man, like on some of those third downs they converted on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Arvell Reese wasn't in the game a lot, which I think had a big part of the lack of pressure we presented. But still, I mean, on those third downs, like, hey, you want a for sure way to get off the field? Send a blitzer and we'll be off the field. I mean, they give up 4 sacks per game, but B, what you got?
Yeah. So first of all, I hear you on just to touch on that. And Nevada, you weren't here when I was talking about this. I said something similar about Indiana. Obviously, in the chat, I was saying that I wanted them to win just for the reasons you gave. I want them to be undefeated and all that. But their fans have been super obnoxious. Sig is obnoxious. Mendoza has even been low-key obnoxious. And then, of course, Gus Johnson on the broadcast talking about hand him the Heisman now. Now, listen, here's the flip side to that, Dev. I kind of low-key want them to push that because right now it doesn't matter. We know the Heisman talk doesn't matter as far as the awards not being handed out today. So all the back and forth and banter is meaningless. We want to promote him, and we are finally promoting him and JJ. But let them push Mendoza, and Julian can keep cooking, and that can only help kind of keep him grounded a little bit. Just another chip, you feel me? Just more fuel to say, oh, they're doubting us. Ryan Day and the coaching staff will eat that up. So I'm cool with that. But as far as you talking about not getting pressure, that was very frustrating. Even when we did get pressured, credit to the Purdue quarterback, he slipped away. He somehow escaped. There was times when we blitzed and brought pressure at the middle, and he just found a pocket to just slip out of. And it was very frustrating. But again, like Nevada said, those are great things for the coaches to say, look at the film, and, we got to clean this up because it was meaningless today. Frustrating, but meaningless. But that's just more stuff to try to tighten up and get better at. And then with Petty John, I know he didn't have the best game with his assignments, as Funky was lamenting in the thread, but even that is good for him. Again, Dev said this earlier, and I'll end. Dev said this earlier. There's different timelines for different kids, and Petty John's a freshman. He's already really good, but he still has a lot to learn. And I do believe they were getting these kids in there early today because you just never know who you'll need down the stretch. These are valuable reps. The fact that he messed up a few times, cool. We know he has a great upside. Now we can look at the film and say, all right, what did you do wrong on this play? Rightly. You know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff is good. And the overall message that I have is that fans, 34-10, I have 45-6. I want it more. We want to see a clean, perfect game, but we have a bigger goal to attain. And so don't get so worked up about stuff that really doesn't matter at the end of the day, and enjoy this victory because, as Nevada said, Ryan Day makes these games look easy. This is not easy. Good teams lose to teams like this all the time, and we just don't happen to do it. And so just remember that.
Well, I love the new thing. I guess it's not a new thing. It's been there, but the Julian Sane is a system quarterback stuff. Like I'm like, what system is that? Like any system that values a quarterback who's got a huge arm and can throw it with laser-like accuracy and can move around. Yeah, I guess he's part of that system. But I mean, like, I don't even know what that means. What is that supposed to mean? That you could put anybody back there and they'd complete 81% of the passes?
Yes.
Like he's Brock Purdy or something like that in San Francisco. I'm seriously, that's what they're saying, right?
Yeah. Like Nevada, just real quick, my quick answer, and Dev, please jump in. The one thing I've been seeing, and not just with this, but just in general, especially from SEC fans and just Michigan fans, haters, they see what's coming, Nevada. You know how you can see what's coming and you're trying to get out in front of it to stop it and dismiss it. This is just another example of the haters trying to stop the Buckeye train by devaluing and dismissing what we're doing, from our quarterback to our defense. Oh, the schedule is cupcakes. They're playing cupcakes. Oh, if Florida had that schedule, we'd be undefeated too. Julian Sain's a system quarterback, as if he's not back there throwing absolute dimes. The ball placement is crazy. But the thing is, Nevada, and I'll end with this, the actual real ball knowers that we respect, who watch film on the internets, who aren't Buckeye fans, are like, yo, this kid is legit. Watch the film. So it's ridiculous. It's just another tactic to try to dismiss what this young man is doing, Nevada.
Well, I mean, he is the best underclassman or freshman eligible, whatever you want to call it, quarterback in college football history, in my opinion. I don't think it's close. I mean, you go back and look at what these other guys did. I mean, Joe Burrow as a junior was going to be a car salesman in Athens, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like the fact that he's doing this as a redshirt freshman is freaking crazy. And I'll tell you right now, I'll bury the lead on one of my uncomfortable truths. He's going to be the first pick in the draft when he comes out. He'll be the first pick in the
Yes.
draft because I mean he's that guy. I mean he's that guy. He's Aaron Rodgers. I mean he's Aaron Rodgers back there and can just put the ball anywhere and like, oh, do you want a quarterback that can make all the throws? Yeah, that's the guy that I want. And he's not a statue. He's nimble. He showed it again today. He can move around, but he's so smart. He's such a fast process. You look at you can almost remember every one of his incompletions. He had 6 incompletions today. The first one was like Mylan Graham dropping that one where he dimed it right in his
Right.
hands. And then I don't know what was doing. I think he literally was knowing that Nevada had a bet on Max Clutter anytime TD, and he saw him running open, and he's like, I'm going to airmail this so that Nevada's not happy. I think that's what happened today
Oh man.
because that would have made me very, very happy had that happened. And now I'm a sad panda.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was rough.
it's the thing that frustrates me so much is this is nothing new, right? We can all three of us here can tell you what the national takes are going to be on Ohio State the next day. Bemos, you did it when you first came on. This Indiana Penn State. Let's hear why they are the better team than Ohio State now. There's all these takes. The thing that frustrates me is they can't separate, like Julian saying, the kid himself, who's worked his whole life for this, deserves the Heisman at this point in time. He deserves the credit. He deserves to be talking about. J.J. Smith deserves the Bolitnikoff. He deserves these things. These kids have worked for that. And you got some of these bozos in the national media and other places that can't get over their own pride and their own selves. And they have these horrible takes about Julian saying throws short passes. I've seen in the chat, Indiana's talking about he throws short passes. That's why his percentage completion is so high. He's second in the nation in yards per attempt, but they still push that narrative. Gus Johnson, when he announces games, does that. Their own pride stands in the way over these kids, men essentially, that have worked their whole life. Like these kids deserve it. It's bigger than I hate Ohio State. That's fine. You can hate Ohio State, but Julian Sain's the best quarterback in the nation. Don't get it twisted. Get your pride out of the way. Get your ego out of the way. Jeremiah Smith, Carnell Tate, Julian Sain, that's the best trio as quarterbacks, 2 wide receivers in college football. And it's not close. These USC fans talking about their 2 wide receivers are better. And it's just like, hey, man, your ego's getting in the way and your hate for Ohio State because we've been the most dominant program in the last 25, 50 years by a very large margin. That's not a guess. That's not scarlet glasses. Go look at the stats. Go watch. Go do whatever you need to do. It's there. It's obvious. And you got grown men just letting their pride, their fandom, their egos get in the way of something that these young players have busted their tails to earn and deserve it. It's very clear. Julian Tain's the best quarterback in the nation. It's not close.
Well, his
It's not.
rating, his quarterback rating is 197,
That's
and
ridiculous.
number second is Mendoza at 185. That's how far he's ahead of Mendoza. It's 197 to 185, and that's 1-2. So yeah, it's what he's doing is certainly unprecedented. Well, just look. I mean, they played Penn State on consecutive weeks, and Mendoza struggled mightily today, and Julian lit them up, like a Christmas tree. So yeah, I mean, I think it's going to come down to that Big Ten championship game. So that puts a little extra mustard on that, and I'll take our chances in that game. I'll take our chances with our defense, with our offense on a fast track, with Julian in perfect weather. B Moses, you can put the Doppler away for that day. It's going to be 70 degrees,
Yes.
0% wind. It's going to be absolutely perfect there in the dome, and yeah, I mean, hey, today was just I took it like an ideal day. Nobody got hurt. We didn't have any major injuries today. We got a lot of guys got playing time, and I thought we took a step forward in the running game. I thought the running game looked a little bit better, and we won. That's the most important stat of all, guys, is you win. Just win, survive, improve, and move on, and that's what we did.
Yeah. So real quick, I'm gonna probably say a few last things, and then I gotta bang out. But I was looking at this tweet from Stephen Means because I wanted to remind people that we treated this like a scrimmage. This is in the first half of how many guys we rotated. We played 8 offensive linemen in the first half, 5 tight ends, 5 different wide receivers, 4 running backs, obviously our 4 that we rotate, and 2 quarterbacks. And he put LOL. I mean, so it just kind of shows you like we came out here like, okay, practice time, baby. Let's go out here and execute. And so, it's just what it is. And we won, what was it, 34-10? Could have been worse. Julian had a bad pick. It happens. Was it frustrating? Was it a dumb throw? Yes, it was a dumb throw, but he's allowed to make a dumb throw once every 1,000 throws. So, I'm not really tripping. But listen, we got UCLA next at the crib at night, then Rutgers, and then it's going to the Big Blouse. And one thing I'll say, Nevada, yes, the Big Ten championship game will have some mustard on it. But if and when Julian Sand goes up to the Big Blouse, that wrinkled up Big Blouse, and just does his thing, I think that really, just because Ohio State hasn't beat them, they cheated before last year. I'm going to keep saying it. 3 years of cheating. They won legit last year, but they haven't got a W in the column in a while. And he goes up there and has a good game, and we get out of there with a win. I think psychologically that'll do something to voters and people, right? Because it's like Julian saying the kid comes in and turns the tide, right? And then, of course, you follow that up against Indiana, number 2. Those 2 consecutive weeks of him just killing it, to me, I think is going to hand him the trophy for sure.
Yeah, couple things. We'll end this thing out. Obviously, Nevada, you brought it up. A lot of things in this game that didn't look so good, had a lot of players in. These are blessings in disguise. This is one of the ways my perception on football games has changed a lot doing this YouTube show, hanging around you guys, learning a lot more about the football game. These bad plays, when we go out and win 34-10, they are blessings. Like there's more positive in those bad plays than there are negative, especially when you win 34-10, because it's film. It's film for these coaches to go teach these players, hey, here's the mistake you made. Here's how you correct it. A lot of these players are visual learners. You can tell them all day long, but when they see themselves on film making a mistake live in a game, they can correct it better. I love Julian saying through that interception in this game, bet you don't do it again. I'd rather him do it now than in the Big Ten title game or in the national title game. So there's that one. I'll just say this. Julian Sayin in the Penn State game was 20 for 23, 316 yards, 4 touchdowns. Fernando was 19 for 30, so he had 7 more attempts, yet 1 less completion. Only 218 yards with only 1 touchdown. That's all I'll say about the Heisman dilemma we got going on. And the other thing, B. Moses, you bring that up, that side of Julian Sayin finishing the season strong. But there's always the other side of that where all of a sudden, how many times we've seen it this year? Washington, we were supposed to get beat, but the second we beat them, well, Washington's not good. That's the national perspective. It doesn't matter what the Buckeyes do. There's always a way to flip it. Julian can go into Scum, do his thing, play great. Well, Scum's not that good, right? So there's always that. It's unfortunate, like I said, people's pride and ego get in the way of something these kids have worked their whole life, and they deserve it. But that's college football, man. Blessed to be a Buckeye fan. Nevada, what you got, man? Close this thing out.
Final thought is one tribute to you guys for streaming 2 hours, man. You guys are warriors, and certainly appreciate that. I know. Look, be happy with every win. Be happy with every win. And as you said, we got a lot of guys in, which makes for a very happy, locker room and practice field because everybody got to play, and that's a good thing. I hope that Ryan has learned that when we go up to Michigan in 3 weeks, throw the football. Lean into your best players, man. Don't try to win the rushing battle. Don't try to prove something about toughness and CJ Donaldson and run it. I mean, your best players are JJ Smith, Carnell Tate, and Julian Sayin. Those guys should never leave the field. And the whole game should run through those guys. Everything else we do should just be incidental. but appreciate that. Go Bucks. Let's go on to 10-0.
B, final thoughts?
My final thoughts is amen to all of that. Go Bucks. Another dub. Don't take it for granted. Love your Buckeye Scoop family, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Yeah, guys, appreciate you guys for watching. Listen, we got 36,805 subscribers, 195 off. This thing can happen by tomorrow. Let's get it done. Hit the like button on the way out. Appreciate everything you guys do. On to UCLA. Another smash down, bro. God bless y'all. Go Buckeyes. OH.
Ayo.
Nevada, I'm staying on until you say IO. I don't know if you're still there or not. I think you just muted and left. That's all right. OH. IO.